Convention on the Rights of the Child, adopted by General Assembly Resolution 4425 of November 20, 1989. Article 9. 1. States parties shall ensure that a child is not separated from his or her parents against their will, except in cases where the competent authorities, in accordance with a judicial decision, determine in accordance with applicable law and procedures that such separation is necessary in the best interests of the child. Such a determination may be necessary in a particular case, for example, when parents abuse a child or do not take care of him or her, or when parents live separately and it is necessary to make a decision regarding the child's place of residence. 2. During any proceedings in accordance with paragraph 1 of this article, all interested parties are given the opportunity to participate in the proceedings and present their views. 3. States parties shall respect the right of a child who is separated from one or both parents to maintain on a regular basis personal relations and direct contacts with both parents, except in cases where this is contrary to the best interests of the child. 4. In cases where such separation results from a decision taken by a state party, such as the arrest, imprisonment, expulsion, deportation or death, including death for any reason while the person is in the custody of the state, of one or both parents or a child, such state party shall provide parents, a child or, if necessary, another family member, at their request, the necessary information regarding the location of the absent family members if the provision of this information does not harm the welfare of the child. States parties shall further ensure that the submission of such a request does not in itself lead to adverse consequences for the persons concerned. Article 10. 1. In accordance with the obligation of states parties under Article 9, Paragraph 1, applications by a child or his parents to enter or leave a state party for the purpose of family reunification must be considered by states parties in a positive, humane and expeditious manner. States parties shall further ensure that the submission of such a request does not lead to adverse consequences for the applicants and their family members. 2. A child whose parents reside in different states has the right to maintain on a regular basis, except in special circumstances, personal relationships and direct contacts with both parents. To this end, and in accordance with the obligation of states parties under Article 9, Paragraph 1, states parties shall respect the right of the child and his parents to leave any country, including their own, and to return to their country. The right to leave any country is subject only to such restrictions as are established by law and are necessary for the protection of state security, public order, ordre public, public health or morals or the rights and freedoms of others, and are compatible with other rights recognized in this convention. Article 11. 1. States parties shall take measures to combat the illegal movement and non-return of children from abroad. 2. For this purpose, the participating states shall facilitate the conclusion of bilateral or multilateral agreements or accession to existing agreements. Article 12. 1. States parties shall ensure that a child who is able to formulate his or her own views has the right to express those views freely on all matters affecting the child, with the views of the child being given due consideration in accordance with the age and maturity of the child. 2. For this purpose, the child, in particular, is given the opportunity to be heard in any judicial or administrative proceedings affecting the child, either directly or through a representative or an appropriate body, in accordance with the procedure provided for by the procedural norms of national legislation. Article 13. 1. The child has the right to express his or her opinion freely. This right includes the freedom to seek, receive and transmit information and ideas of any kind, regardless of frontiers, in oral, written or printed form, in the form of works of art or by other means of the child's choice. 2. The exercise of this right may be subject to certain restrictions, but these restrictions may be only those restrictions that are provided for by law and that are necessary. A. To respect the rights and reputations of others. Or B. For the protection of state security or public order, ordre public, or the health or morals of the population. Article 14. 1. States parties shall respect the right of the child to freedom of thought, conscience and religion. 2. States parties shall respect the rights and obligations of parents and, where appropriate, legal guardians to guide the child in the exercise of his or her right in a manner consistent with the developing abilities of the child. 3. The freedom to profess one's religion or faith may be subject only to such restrictions as are prescribed by law and are necessary to protect state security, public order, public morals and health, or to protect the fundamental rights and freedoms of others. Article 15. 1. The participating states recognize the right of the child to freedom of association and freedom of peaceful assembly. 2. No restrictions may be applied to the exercise of this right, except those that are applied in accordance with the law and which are necessary in a democratic society in the interests of state security or public safety, public order, ordre public, the protection of public health or morals, or the protection of the rights and freedoms of others. Article 16. 1. No child may be the object of arbitrary or unlawful interference with the exercise of his right to privacy, family life, the inviolability of his home, or the secrecy of correspondence, or unlawful encroachment on his honor and reputation. 2. The child has the right to the protection of the law against such interference or encroachment.